What's up, guys? Welcome back here. Today I'm back with another video, and I'm here to talk about an idea that a couple of friends brought up to me that they wanted me to do a video about. So I'm going to talk about if this really makes sense, and that's if the Warriors should be tanking this year to potentially get a top pick in this draft. It's an interesting topic that I do want to talk about, and coming off of, even though they did have a good win in between, they had 2 blowout losses in their last 3 games, and it's just weird to see how Curry's trying to do so much for this Warrior squad, and it may potentially lead to not even a playoff spot. But I want to talk about it in this video. If you enjoy, make sure to drop a like, comment down below any videos you want me to do. Don't subscribe to the channel. At 90 right now, trying to hit 100 soon, hopefully by the end of the month. But now let's get started. So the Warriors are currently the 9th seed at 20-20. And the main reason for that is because of Steph Curry. Steph Curry has averaged 29.3 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 6.2 assists, shooting 47.7 from the field, 41.4 from 3, 92.9 from the line. He's having such a high workload for this squad, and playing in almost all their games. I think he missed 2 games, but playing in most of their games, he probably has to be exhausted playing only 34 minutes per game, but just how much he has to do in those 34 minutes is incredible. And then you also have a couple other guys averaging double figures in Andrew Wiggins, Kelly Oubre, and James Wiseman. As Andrew Wiggins has averaged 17.2 points. And he's honestly been another bright spot for this Warriors squad, as even though his offensive stats don't break out to you, it's the fact of how much he improved on defense is just so much. He's still similar to the same offensive player he was, but on defense he looks more aggressive, more willing to play defense. It's just helped the Warriors so much to at least be in conversation for a top 8 seed. Then you have Kelly Oubre, who's averaging 15.1 points and 5.9 rebounds, shooting 43.7 from the field and 31.2 from 3. And if you're upset about the 31.2% from the 3, remember how he started off at like 12% from 3. He must have shot a really good percentage to pick that back up. And that's impressive to see, but yeah, he's shown a lot of inconsistencies from 3, and that's probably been one main flaw about this Warrior squad, is 3-point shooting outside of Steph Curry. As Curry, Mulder, Bazemore, and Toscano Anderson are all shooting above 40% from 3, but they're all shooting under 3 attempts per game except Steph Curry, who's shooting 11.4. When we look at the attempts leaders, you got Curry leading in attempts, shooting 41.4%, but then you got Oubre at 31.2%, then Wiggins at 36.5%, then it's Damian Lee, got Jordan Poole, they're shooting decently and finished, and then you got Michael Mulder and Kent Bazemore, which is okay, but like, people are just like willing to like step back from these guys to let double team Curry and let just some open guy like Draymond Green or maybe even sometimes James Wiseman, just let them get a wide open 3 if needed. Just don't let Curry get cooking. And this has worked pretty well in multiple games. Some games you just can't stop Curry. Some games you get a 40-point bomb from Oubre, which is what happened against the Mavs once. Some games you just get a triple-double from Draymond Green. Some days you just let Wiggins get a double-double of like 30 and 10. You just never know. It just happens randomly, but usually it works really well, and that's been a downfall for the Warriors. The Warriors do surprisingly have a good defense, being 7th in defensive rating per game. But how much of that is really helping them, because they're also 23rd in the league in points allowed per game. So I don't know which one of those 2 stats you can more believe, because the Warriors are on a high amount of points per game, even though they have a top 10 in defensive rating, which is weird to see. But then they're also not rebounding the ball well, as they've been bullied inside by a lot of teams. And you can tell just by James Wiseman, you can just really tell he's a rookie. He's still got a lot more developing to do. He's been benched multiple times because of how poor he has looked against other elite centers. And then you have guys like Marquese Chriss getting hurt. You got guys like Kevon Looney getting hurt sometimes. And even James Wiseman has been suffering some injuries. It's just been tough because you have to run lineups with either Draymond Green. You have lineups with like Juan Carlos Anderson at center. It's just weird to watch him play against other big dudes. You get Kristaps Porzingis trying to go off. Even DeAndre Gordon can have solid games against them, which is just weird to see. But the idea of the Warriors tanking just feels so weird to me, because I don't think Curry's going to allow you to tank unless he actually gets hurt, and then they'll probably be willing to tank. But it's just weird to see. But then if the Warriors did tank, you could get a top pick potentially, and then hopefully the Wolves pick fall to like 4 or 5, and you can get a top pick from them too. And then grabbing some young studs could be really nice, because you could get some secondary playmaking in Jalen Suggs, or you could get some really good shooting in Jalen Green, or you could get another defensive wing in Jonathan Kuminga. Or if you really don't think Wiseman's that dude, which I think you should build around him, but if they don't think so, you got Evan Mobley, who could be a really nice pick. One of those 4 guys could be really nice. I know you want to take Cade, but I don't think Cade will really work well with the Curry and Klay Thompson duo. I think Kuminga would be best for him because a wing defender with only Draymond being the really good defender, but Wiggins developing as a defender, that could be really nice. Or potentially getting Jalen Green, if he's able to be a consistent three-point shooter, could be really nice too. Maybe they're willing to get those picks, trade down, get some extra assets to help build up their bench, and then get a guy like Moses Moody to add some spark off the bench, Corey Kispert to be a really good shooter off the bench, or maybe just a spark shooter like James Bouknight, or a really solid big that you could hopefully develop with high potential like Greg Brown. But like the thought of the Warriors tanking just feels so weird to me. But honestly, if they were willing to tank, they could get some really nice prospects, because this is supposed to be one of the most loaded draft classes, and I can really see how loaded this draft class could really be. So maybe getting a lottery type pick wouldn't be so bad, but I think the Warriors would still really want to try to make the playoffs. What do you guys think about this video? If you enjoyed, make drop a like, comment down below any of the videos you want me to do, subscribe to the channel. Peace out, guys.